first thing first, okay, let me just set the stage very clear, all right, that this is applicable for JDWINNER 1.0 and 2.0, right? So the 1.0 and 2.0 is basically using a 9 margin call, all right? So we want to make sure that those who are actually using the 9 margin call basically understand what needs to be done, all right, and also upgrade, okay? We are basically going to do a manual upgrade because the automated upgrade, okay, from my side is not possible, all right? The SYN strategy doesn't allow that. So even if I change the 13 margin call, right, the existing people will not be able to experience it until their 9 calls are actually fully closed, all right? Then the new coin will actually automatically open up 13 call. But for that to happen, right, they have to wait. You have to wait until the 9 con close. So that actually can be very frustrating, right? So because of that, what we're going to do is that we're going to basically do a manual upgrade, all right? And I'm going to show you step by step how to do the manual upgrade. And there are a few consideration points that you need to take note of this while you are doing the manual upgrade. But even you are doing the manual, please understand it is still a SYN strategy, all right? Please take note of that. It will be still a SYN strategy, all right? Now, the other thing also I want the team to understand is this. Just because I show you how to manually, manually intervene doesn't mean that you can do manual trade, okay? So please be very clear, because I am continuously changing the margin call percentages. So that is the beauty of SYN strategy. SYN strategy means you leave the trade setting to me. So I will be keep changing the trade setting. Number 2, all right, I am actually selecting the coins. So if you suddenly think that, oh, because I can now do it manually and so you can go ahead, but the coin selections and so on is up to you, all right? So I will no longer actually handle that for you, right? So please be very careful, okay? This is just to help you, right? Just to help you so that once you upgrade to 13 calls, you can start to make profit. So that's the reason why I mentioned that in red, okay? Strictly only applicable for SYN strategy. Now, just to give you an idea, okay, just to give you an idea at this moment, we know that most of us, okay, most of the team are in JDWINNER 1.0 and 2.0, you have the 9 margin calls. All right, now, although at 9 margin call, we know, okay, we know that what we basically see is that the market has gone down. Now, the good thing about it, the good thing is this, okay, that your capital is protected, your capital is preserved, all right? So that simply means if you have only allocated, let's say for the 9 call is only 110. So 110 is protected, that's all. So in that way, right, although the market goes down, it is no longer depleting your fund. So in that point of view, right, the 9 margin call actually preserve your capital. Now, the only problem is that when the market goes real down, all right, it will take some time for the market to actually rebound back, okay, and go above the 9 calls and take the profit for you. So although, right, although your capital is preserved, but what happens now is the waiting time. So the waiting time can be a suffering time, right? The waiting time is where people are a little bit disappointed. Am I right? So to solve this problem, so what we're going to do, we're going to unlock level 10 and level 13. Now, when you start to unlock level 10 and level 13, you will be starting to make profit while you are waiting for the market to rebound above the 9 calls. Can you see that? So in this manner, right? In this manner, people will start to cheer up. They will start to feel happy because they are already starting to make profit at the 10 to the 13 calls. Can you see that? So that is the whole idea of it, right? So I'm going to guide you through how to go about it step by step. And we're going to do a practical, okay, a practical exactly how to change those settings so that everyone can start to enjoy the 13th margin call and everyone can start to be cheerful and be joyful and be happy because you will then start to see profit taking, right? How to upgrade, right? How to upgrade. Now, these are the standard process, okay, for us to upgrade. And this is the first process here. I want to talk to those people who have excess capital. All right, so you have excess capital. Instead of actually opening up a new coin, you can actually extend to 13 margin calls. Okay, and how can you do that? Now, when I talk about excess capital, I'm talking about those. Example, if you have 10 coins and you want all the 10 coins to extend it to 13 margin call. So that simply means you have excess capital to do that. Now, later on, another slide, I will show you about those who don't have excess capital or those who have zero capital, what is the recommendation for them, all right? So we will cover these two group of people so that all the group of people are happy, so that they have the recommendation and they can then consider, okay, what is the appropriate action that they want to take. Now, first thing first, okay, the first important thing is that understand that per coin is 155. So if you are using first order amount, okay, first order amount is 10. So if you're using first order amount is 10, that will be 155. But if your first order amount is 20, then that will be double, right? That will be about 310. Can you see that? So please make sure you check, all right? You check the coin selection matrix, okay? Because the coin selection matrix for the first order amount of 10 and the 20 will be different. Now, that is the first thing. Now, the second thing is that if the current 9 calls is 110, ensure you top up the difference. All right. So how to top up? So you know that the 13 margin call per coin, okay, per coin requirement or what we call allocation is 155. So if you currently, okay, 9 calls is 110, you need to top up the difference, which is $45. All right. So that simply means you need to have extra $45 in your spot wallet. Okay, in your Binance spot wallet. So if you have 10 coins, you need to times 10. That will be $450 that you need to allocate in your Binance spot wallet. Now, the next thing, okay, once you have allocated the trading fund, the next thing is that make sure you stop the margin call. All right, you stop the margin call for the desired coins. All right. Now, I think I'm going to just give me a minute. Okay, let me just change these things so that we have the right steps sequence here. All right, let me just do it now live. All right, that will be second. Right, that will be second. And then this will be the third. I think that will be much appropriate. Okay, that will be the third. Okay, so just take note of that. All right. So let's go through this. Okay, so now, all right, so the second steps, okay, is make sure you stop the margin call for the desired coin. Now please understand, okay, if you have 10 coins, right, you have to go and stop the margin call for all the 10 coins. That is the reason why it's better to stop the margin call before you top up, okay, before you top up the difference. Because if you don't stop the margin call, sometimes, right, the bot may still run and then it will start to deplete your fund, and we don't want that to happen. All right. So you stop the margin call first for all the desired coins. So if you got 10 coins, you go and manually stop the margin call. Okay. Once you have already stopped, then only you go and top up the difference. Okay, which is the USDT amount for each of those coins. So you can even decide. Okay, some of you may even say, I got 10 coins. I don't want to do 10 coins. I only want to do 5 coins. So if you want to do 5 coins, then you only stop the margin call for the 5 coins. All right. And then you only top up 45 times 5 only for that 5 calls. Now, once you have done that, the fourth step will be amend the trade settings. All right. You need to amend the trade setting as 13 calls for the desired coin. All right. So we will go through this trade setting very, very shortly and make sure, okay, you have to follow this diligently. All right. And you have to do this for each of those coins. And once you have already amended the trade settings, all right, and remember, okay, it is still stop margin call, right? It is still stop margin call. So while you are doing this, right, nothing will happen until you reach the step 5. The step 5 is where you will start to open or initiate the margin call. The moment you open or initiate the margin call, you will start to see the margin call will start to open up to 10, 11, 12, and so on. All right. So this is basically the step-by-step process, how to go about doing this whole process. Okay, so this is important to follow. Okay, everybody. Okay, so don't rush. Okay, please don't rush. If you are not sure, do 1 coin first. Just do 1 coin and you look into everything is fine. Then you proceed with the rest of the coin. So take it step by step. All right, that's the most important thing. So these are for those who have the excess capital. Okay, the process is the same. But those people who don't have excess capital or you got 0 capital, now I have a few recommendations probably you can consider. So now those who have small capitals or 0 capital, you can consider the following, right? The first thing is that you can actually select a few desired coins to upgrade. all right, to 13 calls. So, and later on, you can gradually increase the desired coins over time. So if, for example, right, you don't have much capital, okay, you only have extra another, let's say $90, okay, so you can do 2 coins at the moment. All right, so you only basically stop the margin call and then top up the difference and then initiate the margin calls only for that 2 coins. Now, when that 2 coins starts to make profit, what you can do now, you can take that profit and you do the next coin. So you can do 1 by 1. Okay, so that is how is it. So patience is the key here. Okay, patience is the key, and you have to wait for the profit and use that profit to actually keep doing the same thing until all the coins are actually on the 13 calls. Now, another group of people, right, that you actually don't really have capital at all. Now, if you don't really have capital at all, one thing that you can do, right? Example, if you got 10 coins that is actually floating now, you can close, okay, or manual sell 1 or 2 coins. So you actually sacrifice this 1 or 2 coin. All right. So you choose the coin that has a less impact in terms of the percentage of loss. So you can actually close that manually, and then you take that excess fund, okay, and then you actually can do the extension of the 13 calls for the rest of the coins. Can you see that? So these are, I think, probably some wisdom, okay, some brilliant ways how you can actually look into it. So instead of saying that I can't do nothing because I don't have anything, I don't have capital, why don't you look into some of those coins that has a smaller impact of loss? All right, so you sell that coin, it doesn't matter. But imagine, right, if that coin have $110 and you lose about 20% of it, even you lose 20%, all right, probably you will have $90, right? With that $90, you can actually do a margin call extension for 2 coins already. You see that? So this is the way how you can think, all right? So, but remember, okay, if you want to sell manually, it's at your own discretion, all right? You decide that you want to sell it manually, okay? I am just giving you a recommendation. I am not deciding for you, okay? So please don't say that Dr. John David is the one who told me and I'm losing everything. Don't ever do that, okay? That is your own decision if you think that you are ready to do so, all right? So you have a few recommendations here and also the detailed process. So what we're going to do, I want to bring you to the board, okay? I want to bring you to the board and let me show you the process step by step, and also we're going to change the trade setting manually to extend to 13 calls. Okay, so let us do that in this video first. So now let me just go to the board. Okay, so this is the board. All right, so over this board over here, right, I may have all the coins running here. So what I want to do, I want to probably select one of the coin just to show you how to go about it. Okay, and I want to go for this Aeon. Now in this Aeon, right, you can see that this is a 9 margin call, right? 9 margin call and so on. So what I need to do, the first thing is that I need to stop the margin call. Can you see the stop over here? So when you stop, click the stop there and confirm. That is it. So can you see that when you click the stop and confirm, it will then read initial margin call. So that simply means this call is currently stopped. So the bot, okay, will not override the decision that you have taken. The bot will wait until you initiate the margin call for that margin call to work. All right. So that's basically just to give you an idea how to stop the margin call. So this is the first thing. Now, once you have stopped the margin call, the second thing is that you need to top up the USDT amount. So make sure you top up the USDT amount in your spot wallet. So, or if you have sufficient amount of USDT, that is fine. Okay. But we are now basically going through the process. So now, once you have already stopped the margin call, you have already top up. The next thing is to go to the trade setting. So you see at the bottom here, there's a trade setting. So let's click the trade setting. All right, now, once you click the trade setting, all right, once you click the trade setting, you need to now change this setting. All right, change this setting according to the 13th margin call. All right, according to the 13th margin call. Now, what I want to do, okay, I want to quickly go to the 13th margin call and show you how the 13 margin call look like. All right, let me take ADA for example. So ADA is currently 13 margin call. So if you click the trade setting, now I want every one of you, right? If you are watching this video, you may want to take a picture, right? Take a picture of this setting. So this will be the setting. So the margin call limit will be 13. All right, make sure, okay, your first buy in, you don't change. Okay, you should keep your first buy amount. All right, don't change that. Now, your margin call will be 30, the whole position. Can you see the whole position take profit is 1.3? Your whole position take profit callback 0.1. Buy-in callback 0.2. Sub position take profit 0.1. Now, follow exactly as this setting. All right. So if you are there, please take a picture, right? Take a picture. And now let's move into the next setting, which is the margin configuration. So if you click the margin configuration, right, you will see here, this is the margin configuration. All right. Now you have to follow exactly, right? Change it exactly as this margin configuration all the way to the 13th call. Now, I know some of you have done this. If you have done this, you have to change also, okay? Because I have already changed the percentage over here. All right. So now please make sure the first call will be 2. The second call is 1. Third call 0.7. Fourth call 0.5. Fifth call 1.4. All the way down to the 13th call. Now for the multiply ratio, this is standard. All will be 1. All right. All will be 1 in terms of ratio. Now, so please take note of this setting. So we need this setting in order for us to manually, okay, manually upgrade the 9 margin call. So now let's get into the 9 margin call. All right, sorry, before that, okay. So that is for the margin configuration. Now we got distributed and take profit allocation. Let me click here. So now please take a picture. Make sure from the fifth warehouse all the way to the 13th warehouse, it is set at 1.2%. All right, so this is our profit-taking ratio, okay, profit-taking percentage for the sub-bin mode. All right, so please take a picture of this. We need this setting in order for us to do the manual changes, okay, which is going to take place very, very shortly. So now, let's just get to the manual changes, okay. As I mentioned, I'm going to do it for Ion, okay. Let me take Ion, okay. Ion is currently at 9 calls, okay. So I go, make sure, okay, remember the first thing you need to do is to stop the margin call. Once you have stopped the margin call, it should read initiate or open margin call. Some device is initiate, some device is open. Both is the same, okay. All right, now let's go to the trade setting. Okay, now let's go through one by one. Okay, let's go through one by one, and I'm going to make sure that everything follows the trade setting. All right, so first thing, the margin call limit. So margin call limit will be 13. Hold position take profit remain as 1.3. Hold position take profit callback will be 0.1 is the same. Now buy-in callback will be 0.2 and sub position callback will be 0.1. Okay, so this is correct. So only the margin call is changed. Now let's go into the margin configuration. Now, once you go there, now we're going to change this. Okay, the first call will be, all right, the first call will be 2. All right, the second call will be 1. The third call will be 0.7. The fourth call will be 0.5. You don't have to understand this. Okay, just follow. Okay, don't ask question what is this all about. Okay, just follow this number because you're only going to do this once. All right, and do it for all the coins that you desired. Okay, that's all. Then you can just leave it. Now the fifth call will be 1.4, and then the sixth call will be 1.8, and the seventh call here will be 2.4, and the eighth call here will be 2.8, right? And then we got the ninth call, which will be 3, and then we got the 10th call, which will be 3.2. Okay, then we got the 11th call, which will be 3.4. And then we got the 12th call, 3.8, and the 13th call, which is 4. All right, then we go to the multiply. Multiply all will be 1. Okay, so make sure it is all 1. So this is simple. Just keep it as 1. Let me just change all to 1. Right, very simple, right? Just follow, okay? Make sure everything is correct here. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and finally, right, 1. So we confirm here. Click confirm, okay? Don't forget, click confirm. That is it. So once you have clicked confirm, now let's go into the distributed and take profit allocation. Click over there. Now all this, right? Can you see 1.3? Change it to 1.2, right? 1.2. 1.2. Simple, right? All the sub-bin, we want the profit to be at 1.2. Okay, so please watch the process. So we confirm this too. Confirm. Now, once you have confirmed, okay, please, okay, don't forget. Can you see at the top on your right corner there is a save button? Make sure you click the save button, or else whatever setting you did will not be saved. All right. So make sure you click the save button, and then you will see confirm, save, save. That is it. Now, once you have done that, if you go down here, right, you can confirm now the margin call will change to 13, all right, and the take profit ratio 1.3 and so on. So you can confirm over here. The moment you see it is 13 here, everything is fine, all right? Everything is fine. So now, what is the last process? The last process is for you to initiate the margin call. Can you see that? So now you can initiate back the margin call. Click and confirm. So once you initiate, now you will see what? Stop margin call. Can you see that? So make sure you see the stop margin call. All right. So that's basically the whole process. How you actually do the extension from the 9 to the 13 call manually. At the end of it, right? The most important thing is that you have that excess fund available. All right, excess fund available. Okay. So if you don't have the excess fund, then I've given you the 2 recommendations. You can either do a few coins at first, and later on, okay? And later on, you can do for the rest of the coin. And also, if you don't really have the capital, don't worry about it, okay? You can just probably sacrifice 1 or 2 coins, all right? Okay, and then you can basically proceed with the extension to the 13th margin call, okay? So this is basically how the whole process works. I hope, okay, I hope everyone will be able. Now, let me also just give you some updates, okay? Why did I change the margin call? I have actually, all right, changed the margin call because at this moment, by changing that margin call, you will be able to realize a much better profit, all right? With the current market volatility, you will realize a much greater profit, all right? So I'm keeping the margin call between the range of 30 to 35%. And I can play around with this margin call anytime. All right. So I think 30 to 35% margin call is a good range to be able to play around. Okay. So whatever changes I do, it will take place at your side, but not immediately. After you complete the cycle for that coin, then suddenly you will notice, okay, changes will take place. All right. So now please also understand, those of you already using the 13 margin call, you do not need to do anything. All right. This is only applicable for those who are actually currently in the 9th call, especially those are using JDWINNER strategies 1.0 and 2.0. So please understand that. Okay, don't get confused with the new member. Okay, new member, you don't have to do. If you're already on the 13 calls, you are good. All right, you are good. You don't have to do anything. Don't go and touch any of those settings. Okay, please don't touch any of those settings. All right, leave the settings. So once you sync, it's 100% autopilot. Never touch those settings. All right. So I hope that is clear.